No, we are not blind. We have an order in place with CFM that CFM is confirming. And we have an order in place with Pratt that they are unfortunately scaling down now. So they are telling us they won't be able to deliver the number of engines that we were expecting. They give a different number, that is a lower number. So we are not blind, but we have an unsatisfactory situation with less engines than what we would need for 26 and a range of engines for 2027 that supports what we have said for 2027, which is we will reach between 70 to 75 aircraft per month at the end of 2027.
So have you had then on the sideline discussions with CFM, your other engine supplier, to potentially have them increase their supply of engines?
Indeed, and CFM has incrementally increased the number of engines that they're providing to us to support the ramp up of the program. But on such a short notice and for 2026, CFM has told us that they will provide a lot, but they are not today in a position to tell us that they will deliver more than what they have already committed. And for the outer years, we are discussing with them to see to what extent they could support marginally more engines. But what is missing from Pratt is very significant and is difficult to be offset by other ways.
And you say you want to enforce your contractual rights. Does that mean you're going down the legal route now?
We are going down the contractual route with Pratt & Whitney, which at a point turns into a legal battle if we don't manage to solve it in the amicable way as planned by the contract. But so this is something that will be between Pratt and ourselves. But yes, we want to enforce our contractual rights. That's very clear.
And yet you have other issues on the supply chain as well. And of course, we know the issues you had with fuselage. And you said that's what impacted deliveries for January. They are particularly low. Do you see this being resolved going forward into 2026 for the other elements beyond the engine issue?
Well, supply chain is vast and has very significantly improved its performance over the last years. We enter into 26 with a situation that is probably the best we've had since going out of COVID-19. It doesn't mean that we have zero issue. Actually, one that popped up end of last year was what we call the panel issue on the A320, and that will take some months to be fully resolved. So we think this will be digested within the first half of the year. Then we have other smaller issues, but what drives the guidance this year and the outlook is mainly the lack of engine from Pratt & Whitney.
But given all these challenges that you mentioned just now, is 870 almost potentially too ambitious, given that you delivered 793 last year? Are you confident you can reach that target?
Well, it's not too ambitious. That's really in the cards, or we would not guide for this number. Actually, we have all programs ramping up. We can see already in the final assembly line, when it comes to the A320, a very significant increase of number of aircraft passing through. We have actually increased the number of final assembly lines. You remember that we inaugurated last year a new final assembly line for the A320 in Mobile, Alabama in the US, and a new one as well in Tianjin. We have two new final assembly lines in Toulouse. So the support, the ramp up is really materializing, and we think around 870 is really something that is very credible, including scaled down by the Pratt & Whitney issue I was mentioning before.